Hello, friends. How you doing today? So something I knew I wanted to create for you was kind of sitting back and thinking about the top 10 traits of successful investors, and really you know, what have I uncovered during our journey from a single house to financial independence, and I thought I'd share them with you. Do me a favor, leave your thoughts, your comments. I'd love to hear what maybe the one you like the best. More importantly, anything that I've missed. In the list of top 10, there's obviously going to be some that I've missed, and I would love to hear from you. Do me a favor, we are trying to get to 3,500 subscribers by the end of 2019. So if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. It'd be greatly appreciated. And if you have subscribed, do me a favor and ask some others to subscribe. So let's make this a party. Let's get there together. And here is my top 10. So let me share this presentation and keep adding value. All right. So 10 things 10 key mindsets of successful real estate investors. And again, this has come to me doing 100 interviews, really looking at what others have done, kind of digest lots of books I've read, YouTube videos I've seen from others. And again, this is my list. I'd love to hear what yours is. So first and foremost, you need to think in abundance and be positive. You got to be happy. Real estate investing offers plenty of opportunity to get down on yourself. You can't find deals blow up, tenants do this, property managers do that, general contract. It's just, if you're going to be negative and just kind of go that direction, it's going to be a hard slog. And I couldn't imagine doing it for the length of time it takes to be meaningful. So if you can, think in abundance, be positive. What I mean by abundance, I think the greatest example is I've been talking about Fresno as the area that we've been investing in pretty much since day one. I don't know, back in 2008, 9, I had a blog that was out there talking about deals and telling people to get started. Now I've had this YouTube channel going on a year or so, and asking people to join. And I'm very clear. I think Fresno is a great market. I think anybody who lives in the Silicon Valley should look there. If you want my help, I'm game. If you're in Southern California, heck, if you're out of state and you want some of the California appreciation that we're known for because of the weather tax and all of those other things that we have going for us, I think Fresno is a great place to be, right? Cash flow and all of those things. So I think it's a great market. But what I mean by that is I've been sharing that openly, creating competition. Right. I can't tell you how many times just today in today's market, I find out that there's could be a student of mine, could be someone else looking at a house that I was thinking about bidding on. I'm like, great, go for it. Right. There's always another deal out there. Back during the crash, as I kept talking about and highlighting and writing about deals that we were doing, more and more people were bidding on the stuff that we were bidding on. And, it was all good. So I have found life is far more enjoyable when you think abundance versus scarcity. And, at the end of the day, you've got to be happy because life is so much better when you're happy and sharing and growing. I think you've got to do everything you can to make sure everyone wins. If someone feels like they lost, that's not a good thing in my book, right? You may have to take a discount or you may have to delay this or that. But you've really got to listen. You got to do what you can to make sure everybody feels good about a transaction. I think going in and doing zero-sum games, I win, you lose, might work in the short term, but I don't think it's a way to long-term success because I really do believe real estate investing is a people business. And sure, you may be able to take advantage of some people some of the time, but you're not going to be able to take advantage of all the people all the time. And your reputation matters. And hence, I think you should do everything you can to win. And now to make sure everyone wins. Now, that doesn't mean you lose while everybody else wins. You're included in that. The deal must make sense for you. And if it doesn't, don't do it. Don't do it because everybody else wins and you lose. That should be obvious, but I wanted to put that out there. I've been saying this a long time. I kind of feel like a broken record, but you've got to live below your means. You've got to sacrifice short term, and short term could be up to a decade, so that you can have long-term success, right? Put in context, I sacrificed from the 30th birthday to my 45th. And now I'm able to buy what I call 2 decades of freedom. It's a trade-off I would make every time. I think if I know now what if I know now what I knew then, basically, if I could take what I know now, I think I could do it in 10 years versus 15. I'm not sure how to say that in this moment, but you get the point. I really do think if everybody went after one rental at a time, you could get there in 10 years. But again, you don't have to get to financial independence. That's the message I want you to take from this is even if you just got 1 or 4 rentals, you'll have a better financial future because somebody else is paying for your asset. Be supportive of your significant other and have one set of goals. I've told the story many times about our first rental. The ending is if we were not on the same page, we would not have gotten our second. And listen, ask questions, bring to meetups, do it together, have one set of goals, and make it a joint mission. Because again, you're going to be on this road for 10 years. It's far more enjoyable to have your significant other side by side with you. Never get too high or too low in real estate investing, as you're going to have good and bad days, right? There are lots of bad things that happen in real estate. You just need to move through them. You need to learn from them. You need to put in processes and procedures so they're not repeated. The most expensive mistake is the one that's repeated. You're going to have lots of successes. You're going to rent for more. You're going to 1031 exchange. You're going to pay off your mortgage. There are lots of days that are great, but there are also days that are bad. And if you're too high or too low at any one time, I think that could be very stressful and hurt some other parts of your life, whether it's your health or relationships or something. So try to stay in the middle. Try to stay, closer than the peaks and valleys. And I think you'll be able to get through the journey much faster and with a lot less stress. Never stop learning your market. It's always telling you something. This comes to me in a couple of different ways. Sometimes I hear people that get in, they get excited, they buy my course, they do their homework, they buy their first investment, and then they stop. They're like, hey, I don't have any more money. I'm not, why look? Wrong. You need to keep learning because you need to understand, or at least keep watching your market to see what's going on, because you can see it turn, go up, go down, see what's different. And also, you never know when those once a decade deal comes along and you could put it together somehow, some way. Get a partner, get a joint venture, borrow against sell one of your cars. I don't know, but you've got to keep watching because the market's always telling you something, and it's the people that listen that will learn. I saw this a lot during the crash where people would come in and buy something and then not do anything for 6 months and try to come back, and the market's different. Same thing from 2012 to 18, right? The market's going up all the time. And if you're not paying attention, you're not going to see what's happening. So don't just look when you have money, look all the time. This is one I didn't really fully appreciate until the last couple of years, is you really do make your money when you buy. You find don't wanter, somebody who doesn't want something for some reason, right? AKA the sellers. And those are where you can find the best opportunities. They don't always scream, buy me now, any offer taken. But sometimes there's reasons for it, and the ability to find those and work with them, listen to the problems, help them. Those are where you can create the best opportunities, create win-win transactions, and really add a good or great deal to your portfolio. This is a big one for me, right? I documented in our book, and if you haven't read it, check it out, One Rental at a Time on Amazon, is we bought 99% of our portfolio off the MLS before we retired. There were 2 deals that we got not from the multiple listing service or realtor.com, right? We had no access. We had no, feeding deals, no marketing, nothing. One was an auction during the crash, auction.com just went on and made a bid. And the other was a bank who came to us on a property we were working on because they had the one next door. Other than those 2, everything we were bought was just out of the listings that any of you could see on Redfin, Zillow, or your multiple listing service. So what I bring that up for is 99% of the listings don't fit our model, right? If you follow what I tell you and I teach, most of the deals are either bad or average. But it takes you learning your market to understand what average is so that you can find the 1 or 2% that are good or great. If you're following what I teach in One Rental at a Time, or how to get started one rental at a time, you're going to see the good and great deals. And those are the 1 or 2%. That's all I teach. I believe that's a skill. I believe finding good deals or great deals in your market is a skill. And it's a skill you can learn. And more importantly, once you learn how to do it for your market, you can take it into any other market, which is pretty cool. So if you're having difficulty, you think your market's too expensive, you can't find anything, buy the course. Tell you what, I'll give you a coupon code, book20, BOOK20. It'll save you $20, make the course only $179, and I will give you an autographed copy of this. I have, I think, 20 left. I'll autograph it and mail it to you. So again, you save $20, you get an autographed book. You're not going to see any other deal like this. And I think, again, this single bullet is well worth the price. 99% of the stuff you look at is average or bad. And unless you know how to uncover the 1%, you're stuck. And that's what I teach. List price is just that. Make offers that work for your model. When you take my course, you're going to understand how to compare deals, right? If average is 5%, say, you'll understand how to write an offer to make that a 6 or 7. Now, the sellers have every right to say no, and no is a perfectly acceptable answer. But many times you'll get a counter and you can start working these things together. So the 2 things you're going to learn in my course, above and beyond all the other stuff that is there, is how to research and learn your market and how to compare deals and make sure you're only offering on good or great deals in your market. And I'm so proud to do that. It's just right in your face. Do this homework, do this, do this, do this. And go to the playlist on this channel. I think I have a playlist called Students or Student Interviews or something like that, where they're talking about their business and how this little course changed their lives. You got to think in decades. You have time. You know, Gary Vee likes to talk about the 40-somethings, which I'm in with him. You know, we have a whole nother life to live. So think in decades, you know, put 20, 30, 40% down, have your tenants pay it off over time, lock in 30-year money that's ridiculously cheap today. It's half what I was paying when I started. Don't be in a rush. Fast money is dangerous money. Think in decades, have your tenants pay stuff off, and you're going to be in good position. So that's my top 10. Which one resonated with you? Which ones have I forgot? Are there other traits of successful investors you know? If so, leave comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Hopefully that helps. I really am loving this channel, creating daily content for you. If you're still watching this and you haven't subscribed, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button. Creating daily content for you is tough. But it always gives me a jolt of energy when I see 5 or 6 people subscribe every day. All right, everybody, take care. Have fun.